What up? It's that time of month. We're doing our reading wrap up for August. So I read 10 books in August. I started off with The Crown of Crimson by Karina Howe. It's loosely based off of Finnish mythology, and the first book was good, but I felt like there was kind of a miscommunication trope, which I don't love. And anyway, the second book was a lot better than the first, in my opinion. I listened to it on audio this time around. I love the mythology. I love the kind of dark gothic vibes that the book gives. There's dark gothic castle. It's really cool. And there was a really interesting ending that kind of left it on a little bit of a cliffhanger. So, started off with that one. Then we did Morrigan by Mary E. Pearson. That was also an audiobook. This one was super quick. It was like a 2-hour listen. And it's supposed to be the beginning of the Remnant universe, kind of the precursor to all of that. Like I said, super quick. It was kind of like an enemies to lovers, forbidden love type of situation, a la Romeo Juliet, kind of. But it was really cute, really aesthetic, and just a super quick read. Then we did Queen of Roses by Briar Bolin. This one was so good. It was a good fantasy. It's based off of King Arthur's sister, but there's also fae involved. So this was super awesome. It has a magical quest. There's a love triangle. There's coming into one's self and powers. There are some abuse in the book, so check your trigger warnings on that one. But it was a super good fantasy read. I loved it, and I'm really excited to get my hands on the second one. So that was Queen of Roses. And then I did City of Ashes by Cassandra Clare, and I read this one with the House of Nostalgia book club. It's kind of part of the Mortal Instruments series. I could not put it down. These books, like, once I start it, I have to finish it. They're so good. There's lots of plot twists, super twisty. I kind of felt like it was YA for dark romance readers because of the romance plot line going on in this book, which, if you've read The Mortal Instruments, you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, it's super good, and we're going to read the third book this month in the series. So then with the Crow Club book club, we read A Kiss of Deception by Mary E. Pearson. It's kind of a who's who with the two main male characters. You don't know which is which. One's an assassin, one's a prince, and you don't find out until the end which one is which. So there's definitely a love triangle going on there too. It had a super slow start for me. It just wasn't, I don't know, the vibes weren't there for me. It was supposed to be Enchanted Taylor's Version themed for the book club. So it fit along with the theme. It just wasn't my vibe. I wasn't feeling the book. Then I read Electric Idol by Katie Robert. I love this series. It's the Dark Olympus series. Loved it. It was super fluffy, so cute. It was Eros and Psyche, a retelling of their story, and it's just super suspenseful. It's sexy. It's fluffy. It just had all the goodness. Okay, and this was the month for Katie Robert because next I read Twisted Secrets by her. This was formerly under An Indecent Proposal, I believe, was the former title, but now it's known as Twisted Secrets. It has a new cover. I read it for an ARC, but it's a single mom, and she meets an Irish mafia man, and craziness ensues. It was really good. Super spicy, just really suspenseful. There was a lot of dramatic moments in there, so that was a really good read as well. And then I read Satan's Affair by H.D. Carlton. this one was a wild ride. If you've read the Cat and Mouse duet by her, so like Haunting, Hunting, Adeline, this is the character Sibby from those books. And you really get into the psychology of her and who she is and what's going on with her, how she came to be in the position that she was. It's absolutely bonkers, but I loved it. It was super entertaining. And just really makes you think. Super dark. So again, check your trigger warnings for sure on that one. But it was super good. Next I read I Love to Hate You by W.S. Greer, and this was also an ARC. It's a really big enemies to lovers book, kind of college to colleague romance, second chance. It was spicy and fluffy, and it just came out yesterday, so definitely go check that out on Amazon. And then finally I finished off the month with Stolen Air by Sophie Lark. She is now like an automatic read for me, for an author. She is so good. Her book, all of her works. I previously read The Rebel by Sophie, and it was so good. Stolen Air is part of the Brutal Birthright series. Say that 5 times fast. And it's a mafia romance. You've got Polish mafia versus Irish mafia. There's gothic ballet vibes. There's a manor. There's dark romantic gardens. There's kind of captor, I don't know, Stockholm Syndrome kind of vibe, but it's super good. The writing's incredible. The spice is incredible. The characters are wonderful. Like, they're just so good. And I love, Sophie always puts playlists at the beginning of her books that you can find on Spotify or Apple Music, and she will put in the book a certain song belonging to a certain scene. And I love that. It's just, it puts you really in the mindset like you're in the book, and I just think that's the coolest thing ever. So yeah, that was the month of August.